I have two bits of news surrounding the Mar-A-Lago raid and the investigation going on by the DOJ into Trump's handling of the classified documents and all the different documents he had that he wasn't supposed to have, and then his inability and active pursuit to keep those documents from being obtained by the proper authorities. So the first is that it seems, as we already know, but now we're getting more specifics, what he had in his possession was so crucially not just classified, but dangerous information to have, in not a very secure place, right? So reading from the Washington Post, some of the classified documents recovered by the FBI from Donald Trump's Mar-A-Lago home and private club included highly sensitive intelligence regarding Iran and China, according to people familiar with the matter. If shared with others, the people said, such information could expose intelligence gathering methods that the United States wants to keep hidden from the world. At least one of the documents seized by the FBI describes Iran's missile program, according to these people, who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe an ongoing investigation. Other documents described highly sensitive intelligence work aimed at China, they said. So we'll read a little bit further in a second here, but from what we've seen already so far, holy smokes. Of course, they had to go get those documents. We're talking about severely secretive information that, as it highlights there, if exposed, if obtained by the wrong people, would put a lot of our information gathering processes in jeopardy, and the sources in which we use to get those bits of information in a way that would be very, very dangerous. And so it bothers me so much that still to this day, supporters of Trump will look at all this information and think, yeah, Trump's being politically persecuted. Merrick Garland is using the DOJ for absolutely no reason at all to go after the one that we love so much, even though it could not be more clear that any other person besides Trump, if this was the same story that, is coming out, if it was Obama, if it was Biden, they would be screaming, lock them up, like you had never seen before.
Bloody Mary.
Yeah, and justifiably, because no, we can't have former government officials, former presidents even, holding on to that secretive, crucial, and possibly dangerous of information. Continuing from the Washington Post, unauthorized disclosures of specific information in the documents would pose multiple risks, experts say. People aiding U.S. intelligence efforts could be endangered, and collection methods could be compromised. In addition, other countries or U.S. adversaries could retaliate against the United States for actions it has taken in secret. So again, just further bolstering what we already, I think, had come to the conclusion of, which is, of course, the raid was justified. Of course, this investigation is justified, and he should be held accountable, because it's not like, a week after Trump got out of office, all of a sudden, FBI agents come onto Mar-A-Lago, get these documents, and never gave him a chance to give them up voluntarily. We've seen documentation of the back and forth communication from the National Archives with Trump saying, we need all of them. We need all of them. You have not returned all of them. Please give them back. Please give them back. And Trump avoided. And this is where we got. So another piece of news related to this similar topic, or the same topic, this investigation from CNN. Kash Patel, a top advisor to former President Donald Trump, who has been deeply involved in disputes over classified records Trump kept from his presidency, appeared recently before the federal grand jury, looking into the handling of documents at Mar-A-Lago. Sources familiar with the matter tell CNN. Patel spent several hours throughout the morning of October 13th before a grand jury at the U.S. courthouse in Washington, D.C., but it's not clear if Patel answered the grand jury's questions or declined to respond, citing his Fifth Amendment protections, which is within his right. He was one of a handful of advisors around Donald Trump after his presidency who could have legal risk related to the Mar-A-Lago situation, according to court records and the sources, though it's unclear if he is a target of the Justice Department probe. Patel served as a national security and defense official during the administration, and this summer became one of Trump's designees to interact with the National Archives and the Justice Department, as both agencies have tried to repossess classified records Trump kept from his presidency. So this Patel individual is someone who is close to Trump, and could possibly have legal liability himself, because he was the point man for coordination with the National Archives, which of course we now know they obstructed the process over and over of giving over the proper documents that they weren't supposed to have. And so he is now, based on this reporting, complying with the grand jury investigation and went into the courthouse to participate, which is definitely interesting and just another step towards possible accountability, possible charges to Trump himself. But we will see how that all goes.